boys and girls. Welcome to math. We are going to be reviewing section 10.11 in our math books. As you can see, we are working with problem solving and percents. So this whole chapter we have been working with ratios, percents, but now we need to put it into how do we problem solve, or how do we read a problem to figure out what they're asking. Okay, so we're going to do 3 different types of problem solving. One where they ask us to find the percent, one where they ask us to find the part, and one where they ask us to find the whole. I'll go more into that as we do each one. So we're working with this problem right here. So again, it is a word problem. And it says, Olivia put a deposit of $3,000 on a new home. The deposit was 5% of the total cost of the home. What was the price of the home? So 1, 2, 3 steps you see that we're going to use to solve this problem. 1, we need to figure out what information am I given. So what did they tell me in this problem? Well, we know that they told me she put down a deposit of $3,000. Okay. We also know that they told us that that deposit was 5% of the total cost. Okay. So those are 2 parts of the information that we know. Now I need to ask, what do I need to find? So what are they asking me to solve? Okay, so what they're asking me is what was the price? Oops, that one's not working. So what was the price of the total home? Okay, this is what they're asking me right here. Price of the total home. Okay, so we know she put $3,000 down. It was 5% of the total cost. What was the cost? Okay. So we need to think about when we're working with our percents, okay? Remember we said that a percentage is part of a whole. That whole is 100%, okay? So we need to think about when we write our equations, either part, percent, or whole, okay? What are they asking us, okay? So in this problem, okay, what do we need to find? We need to find the whole because they gave us a part, they gave us a percent, okay? So how do we write that? Okay, in an equation. So I'm going to write over here what they have given us, okay, what we know we need to find so that it will make it easier to write our equation, okay? So the part that they gave us, they told us $3,000. So we're going to write it right here, $3,000, okay? They also gave us the percentage, which was 5%. So we're going to write 5%. Now, we don't have the whole, that's what we need to solve for. So we need to have a variable that represents the whole. So we'll just say it is H, stands for house, okay? So how do we write this in an equation? All right, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say 5%, right, of our house is $3,000, okay? So that's my equation, okay? 5% of house is $3,000. I need to solve for H, for house, okay? We know that of means to multiply. So if I rewrote this as 5% times H equals $3,000, right? Okay, so I have that. Now, we also learned to work with our percentages, we have to change that 5% into a decimal, okay? So the way we do that is we multiply, remember? And so we're gonna end up with 0.05 times H equals 3,000, okay? And we also know that what do we have to do with our variable? We have to get it by itself. So we do the opposite, which is divide by 0.05, both sides, remember? All right, so that crosses out that. So I have what's left is H equals 3,000 divided by 0.05. And if you guys used your calculator, you guys would get, which it's okay to use a calculator, you guys would get 60,000. So now we know that 60,000 is the total cost of the house, that she put 5% down, which was $3,000, okay? So we found the whole, okay? So that's the first part. Okay, so the second part is what if they asked in the problem to find the part, okay? So that would be this part. But they gave us the percentage and they gave us the whole, okay? So if they told us 65% of 400 is what? All right, so here's my problem. What did they give me? They gave me 65% and they gave me 400. So I know my 65 goes right here, and I know my 400 is my whole because they want to know what part, right? So we write 400 there, and they want to know is what, so we could just R. Let's just say R, variable. So now let's write our equation, which would be 65% of 400 is R, okay? So we want to know what 65% of our whole 400 is, okay? So 65 we have to turn into a decimal, which would be 0.65, and then of means times, 400 equals R. This is probably the simplest one you're getting because all you have to do is multiply, okay? So if we multiply on our calculator, we know that our answer is going to be 260. So 65% of 400 is 260, okay? This is them asking for the part, okay? Now we need to find the third part is when they ask to find the percentage, okay? So we know they're gonna ask this part right here. So we're gonna have a variable there. We know that. Okay, so if they told us what percent of 30 is 18, okay? So we know what they've given us. They've given us the whole and they've given us the part. We need to find the percentage. So if we wrote this in, we know that the whole is 30, the part is 18. And we need to write that in an equation. So we are going to write P, oops. 30, so P times equals 18. All right, so we know that we need to find not P, T, sorry guys, T. Okay, times 30 equals 18. Okay, we have the whole, we have the part, we have the whole, we have the part, we need to find the percentage, okay? So again, all we need to do is get our variable by itself. So we divide, that crosses out, and then we use our calculator, and we get 60%, okay? So now we have answered our question, that 60% of 30 is 18, okay? So those are the three different ways that we solve for the part, the whole, or the percentage, okay? So happy math. You guys are going to be doing the word problems on page 285, and please show your work. If you have any questions, ask me on Edmodo and I will get back to you. Have a great day. Bye, guys.